Building a better Bay Area means giving you the information you need to vote. And what happens in the San Francisco mayor's race will impact not only the city, but the entire Bay Area. So this week, we're talking with each of the top 5 mayoral candidates on ABC 7 News at 3. Joining us today is former supervisor and former interim mayor Mark Farrell. Mark, thank you for coming in. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so in 2018, you were interim mayor for about 6 months, right? Before Mayor London Breed actually won that special election to fill the seat vacated by the late Ed Lee. You left politics for venture capital. Why do you want to be mayor now?
You know, I left City Hall in 2018 because of my children. My wife and I are raising our 3 children here in San Francisco, and at the time they were 5, 10, and 12 years old. Simply the right time to be home with them. To know me is know that I'm a dad first, and I enjoy coaching sports teams, traveling with our children, and being really engaged in their schools. But I'll tell you, I'm running for mayor here in 2024 because of my children again. Our oldest child is our daughter, who just graduated from high school. She's going off to college in about 5 weeks.
Congratulations.
Thank you. But I want her to be proud to call San Francisco home. And I think more than anything, I want her to move back to San Francisco when she graduates. In order for that to happen, we need to have a city that's affordable, that's safe, with clean streets and with economic opportunities for everybody in San Francisco. Those conditions don't exist today. That's why I'm running for mayor.
Okay, so you just held a news conference today to unveil an economic plan, a revival plan for the city and downtown in particular. Can you talk us through the key components?
Sure, absolutely. You know, to set the stage, obviously, San Francisco ranks dead last in economic recovery post-COVID in the United States of any city here in our country, and that to me is unacceptable. So what we want to do is create a comprehensive plan to revitalize downtown long-term. That encompasses 4 things. Number 1, it's making sure that we are aggressive with our business community, authoring tax incentives to make sure we bring people back to the downtown core, also making sure we offer tax incentives to employers that will bring people back to the office 4 days a week, because what we're missing is that vibrancy, right? There's a ghost town, there's a shell effect of downtown. We need to cure that. We need to bring back public safety to the downtown core. We do that by massively increasing our police force and making sure we have more foot patrols in the downtown area. Look, if we're being honest, public safety and street conditions are the reason conventions left San Francisco. We still have all the beauty around us, the amazing neighborhoods. We have the people of San Francisco and our spirit and our ethos, but it's those public safety concerns that left or had people leave our city. We need to bring that back. Third, we're going to bring tens of thousands of new housing units to the downtown core, making sure that we create an environment in San Francisco and downtown where people are not only working but living 24/7, and then building a brand new park at the foot of Market Street in front of the Ferry Building. You know, an amazing opportunity to reframe an entrance of San Francisco from the Ferry Building, but also create that green space for families that are going to move downtown, for people that live and work downtown, to make sure that they have open space as well and reinvigorate that part of San Francisco.
Right. Your plan is framed as a 20-year plan and vision, and the mayor's office points out that some of those things you're talking about, tax incentives, creating mixed use, bringing people back through entertainment zone, things like that, are already being announced and done, and it won't take 20 years. What is your response to that?
Nothing's working from the current mayor's office, right? Her approach right now has been this spaghetti against the wall approach to downtown. You think about when Nordstrom's was announced leaving. The first week, we're going to build science labs. The next week, we were going to build housing. The next week, it was going to be a UC campus that we know now for sure is not coming. And then it was a soccer stadium. That does not provide confidence to anybody that the mayor's office of San Francisco has its act together in terms of a comprehensive plan for downtown. Announced a plan to bring 30,000 residents and students to downtown by 2030. That means about 5,000 people a year. It's already failing. 60 students is not something to be proud of in downtown San Francisco. Last year, we built 2,000 housing units. This year, we've approved 16 so far out of the Planning Commission. This is not a serious approach. We need somebody who's going to combine experience in the public sector, but also what I bring to the table is 20 years in the private sector in business and finance, working with our business community to be proactive, to really make an honest attempt and have an honest solution about where we're going to bring downtown for the future, and voters are going to abide by that.
I want to drill down a little bit more on crime and homelessness. Your proposals have focused on clearing encampments, firing the current police chief, expanding the force, and possibly bringing in the National Guard. These are things you have mentioned. Critics say this is heavy-handed, it's punitive, and it's not San Francisco, and it fails to address the root issues. How do you respond to that?
Couldn't disagree more. Look, I believe public safety is the #1 job of our government here in San Francisco to protect our residents. And as we talk to neighbors, as we talk to merchants, as we talk to people visiting San Francisco, public safety is always the #1 concern, no matter where you are in San Francisco. And if we're being honest, it was the videos of the smash and grabs downtown in Union Square that started to crush our reputation nationally and abroad. But it's all the way down to the local Walgreens and CVS stores that are getting looted in our city almost on a daily basis. We need to completely change tack. We need to make public safety a priority. We also need a mayor who's going to be very prolific, as I will be, to say we support our law enforcement officers here in San Francisco. We support their careers. We thank them every day for putting their lives on the line for us as residents of San Francisco. That approach has not existed. Our current mayor defunded the police. Our current mayor has turned her back on the police department and our firefighters time and time again. We need a different approach out of the mayor's office, and I look forward to bringing that.
All right. Again, I think the mayor's office probably is looking at different data and would say differently, but we don't really have time to get into all the points. But what I am interested in is I wonder if you think other big city mayors have also failed, because some of these issues were mirrored in other big American cities as well, right? Do you look at it as maybe a confluence of timing, the pandemic, and all that?
Look, the reality is, let's talk about the economic situation downtown. Look, the pandemic hit everybody across our country and abroad. Every other U.S. city's downtown is thriving. San Francisco ranks dead last in economic recovery post-COVID, and that is not something to be proud of. We need to acknowledge that, be honest about where we sit as a city, be optimistic about our future, but be realistic that in order to bring our city back, we need an about face. We need to change tack.
I want to touch on this. You've been accused of using a ballot measure committee to circumvent campaign finance limits for your mayoral run. And as supervisor, you've been accused of misusing your campaign account for lavish meals, etc. That was reported by our media partner, the San Francisco Standard. Can you explain this to people who think that your campaign finances may be, if not illegal, doing unethical things?
Yeah, it couldn't be more wrong. Look, everything that we have ever done, including this year, is done with the approval and the vetting of council, and we will always continue to do that when I am in office. This year in particular, it's so important, this ballot measure on the November ballot that I'm supporting, where we're reducing the number of commissions inside of City Hall from over 130 down to 65, where we're making all of these commissions advisory by nature and not driving policy. That is so critical to the future of San Francisco and why I'm actually supporting it 100%.
All right. For interim Mayor Mark Farrell, thank you so much for coming on to chat with us. Really appreciate it.
Thanks very much for having me.
Our interviews with the San Francisco mayoral candidates continue all this week. Supervisors Asha Safai and Aaron Peskin will be here tomorrow and Friday. And in September, ABC 7 News and the San Francisco Standard are joining forces to co-host a live debate with the top candidates. Watch it live on September 25th at 6 p.m.